Hey, this is the Review Junkie, and today I'll be reviewing the new anime film Lonely Castle in the Mirror. As always, my review will be illustrated and the artwork is done by myself. And if you like movies, art, and comic books, please hit that subscribe button because all my reviews are hand drawn, and I'd like to get to 1,000 subscribers soon so my channel can be official. This is a non-spoiler review, so everything I discuss will have been shown in the trailer. Absolutely no spoilers. I'll tell you briefly about the plot, the characters, my pros and cons, final thoughts, and if this is worth checking out. Now, this was originally a novel that got turned into a manga and now a feature film. I haven't read either, but the story involves 7 teenagers in junior high school. They're all being bullied at school, and one day they all get transported to a castle on an island. It's out in the ocean in the middle of nowhere, just endless sea. The only way back home is through the mirror they arrived in. And there's a girl wearing a wolf's mask, and she's invited each of them here and lets them know the castle has a hidden key, and if they find it, it will grant one wish to one person only. And who doesn't want that, right? I know I do. But obviously, there are specific rules involved because if it's too good to be true, it probably is. And we all know in fairy tale world, rules can't be broken or there are severe consequences. On top of that, once the wish is made, all their memories of their time spent at the castle will be gone forever. So this movie got zero advertisement, and I watched the trailer on YouTube and I was in. I didn't really know what to expect, but I had such a wonderful time with this one. This is a very unique and touching coming of age film. The main character here is Kokoro, and she's being bullied to the point where it's a struggle attending school, and it's so severe to the point where it's just a challenge getting out of bed. That's how bad it is, and my heart really broke for her. She has a particular wish, and I totally related because I sort of had the same wish too at her age, along with a lot of other wishes. Okay? Okay. And it got me thinking what my wish would be now if this had happened to me. And immediately as she's transported, there's no question it's a fairy tale. All the elements are there, and because of it, they can literally get away with murder. When things are enchanting, there's no logic required. It's just go with it and believe it. Along with the fantasy element, there is Japanese lore incorporated into the plot, and I don't want to spoil anything, but it involves a wolf and lambs, which I think is a universal story around the world. Now, all the kids here are portrayed and animated really well. The artwork is stunning. Everyone did such a great job voice acting and capturing life as an outcast, especially during the emotional parts. Nobody had an annoying voice, and I like the character development moments when they're bonding and revealing personal things. And the relationships between the characters are one of the best parts. I found everyone to be very relatable, and I think anyone looking at this will say, yeah, that was me in junior high school, and each one of those kids was someone I knew. Now, the runtime is 2 hours and it moves gradually. I never got bored and I was sucked in the whole way through. And the way everything was laid out had enough intrigue and mystery to carry the entire film. This isn't about magical schoolgirls with powers or robots or a third act where there's a big battle and the animators throw every type of glitter they can on screen to screw with your brain. It's just about young teens coping with the side effects of being bullied. I also like the reveals in this movie. There are a few of them, and certain things get said and dropped here and there, and the dots are connected later on. I also like the reveal of the wolf girl, and at one point I almost felt like they weren't going to address that. And the first reveal in the second act, it takes place in school, and it had me gagging. There was a lot of suspense and built up, and I was sitting there like, what the hell is going on? And the last 20 minutes was pretty intense. It was one reveal after another. So I only have one con for this movie, and I just wish it was longer and had a different ending because I was invested in their journey and I was rooting for them all the way. I didn't dislike the ending, but I wish it had gone down a different road. So this brings me to my final thoughts, and this gets a high 9 out of 10 from me. This movie is so amazing. It's such a deep, tender, and emotional story about being young and what it's like to be constantly on the outside looking in and the toll that it takes. It was smart about combining genres and it's pure escapism. And when you see this, it just shines a light on how brilliant the Japanese are with storytelling and animation. It's always abstract, rich, beautiful, and full of emotion. This is such a simple story of friendship, yet complex and grand in scope at the same time. And it's not an easy task to be simple and extravagant simultaneously, but this one does it. Unfortunately, this had an extremely limited 1 week run, and I'm so lucky I got to see this on the big screen with an audience. So this is a big green light from me and definitely something to check out when it gets released digitally and on Blu-ray. So thanks for checking out my review. If you like, please subscribe, helps the channel out a lot. Hit that thumbs up button, feel free to share this with your friends. And if you happen to have a movie you'd like me to review, please let me know. I'd be happy to watch and illustrate it for a future video. And let me know below what your one wish would be. Thanks again, and hope the pictures put a smile on your face.